Oh, hello.
I'm Sammy,
And I'm Steve.
and you're listening to Rose Plate Special, the most dramatic, product placementingest, um, gimmickiest, going overseas the first week outingest recap podcast of The Bachelorette ever.
Ever.
I seriously had no preparation. I also my soundboard was shifted, so couldn't
Ooh.
totally reach the intro, which was why we had a millennial pause at the beginning. And not because we're millennials,
No.
because I just didn't have my soundboard positioned correctly. But oh my gosh, I can't believe I feel like this new season came up really fast. Am I
Yeah, I don't
wrong?
know. Well, we have had quite the gap, but I think individually in our own lives, we've been doing so much stuff that it's like, oh, it's Bachelor time again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it usually is in September and January that we
Hmm.
get the new seasons. We don't often get new stuff in the summer, right?
Yeah, well, it's gonna bump. Yeah, I think normally it comes a little bit earlier, and this time it's gonna bump right up against Paradise, presumably. So
Yeah, it's got to
it'll
be
be
Paradise
interesting. Yeah.
comes up right after or runs concurrently or something. I don't
Yeah,
think they'll
they
do
might
that,
do the
but
concurrent thing again, which they've done previously, which is a lot. That's a lot of viewing time
yeah,
because
once
I
they get
like
down to
to
the final 4 or 3, they might double it. Yeah.
yeah, I have to drink a bottle of wine and eat my body weight in cheese whenever I watch The Bachelor, and if there's a double, I mean,
That's
think
just
of the
a
ch
lot.
it's a lot
Yeah.
of cheese and a lot of wine. I don't know
I
if I can
mean, you're
handle
in
all
the right
that.
place for it, so that's the good
Yes,
thing.
ma'am.
I also feel like Jen didn't get as many guys, right? She only got 25. I feel like we've been doing now, it's the paradox of choice, right? Where it's
Mhm.
maybe once 25 is probably plenty, but
Yeah,
we've had some seasons where it's you've got 32 to choose from or whatever. And
yeah.
so I was just kind of I kind of felt like Jen got the short end of the stick. And I actually haven't read too many think pieces yet, but I'll come back next week with more think pieces because some of my friends have been sending me some. But I
About
don't know.
there's already think pieces about this season? There's
Oh,
been one
yeah.
it's been one
Yeah.
episode. What can we even
Um,
think about at this
this
point?
came up, hold on, also about power. Let's see if I can find it fast. I know what some of the yeah, so Vox, one of my friends sent me a Vox article. This came out before the season started or just as the season started. Yeah, on the 8th.
Mhm.
So just on Monday. And it says having an Asian bachelorette is a milestone. It's also about power. And it's been on my to read list, but I haven't read it yet.
Oh.
Um But yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. I'm gonna read a segment live right now, but I'll come back with more thoughts on the thoughts that this other
Thoughts on the
person
thoughts?
thought. Yes.
Perfect.
But this is one of the paragraphs in this Fox article. And I'll try to remember to link it in the show notes. I'm gonna write that down right now before I forget.
Always
Production notes
good.
live. Okay. So historically, Asian women have been portrayed in US pop culture as hypersexualized and objects of desire rather than fully realized human beings with their own wants, interests, and demands. While one bachelorette casting is far from sufficient to resolve these deep seated tropes, and just how much the show rejects them will depend on how it's edited, choosing Tran as the lead is a small step that pushes back against past stereotypes. So, anyway, that's one paragraph, but it's a little long, so I'll read more later. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, "Ooh, interesting." I like thought pieces about the Bachelor and Bachelorette, and this one sounds like a good one. So,
Yeah. Well, if you don't wanna sexualize someone, it's a good idea to put them on The Bachelor, the least sexy show in the universe.
honestly, it is kind of I mean, in terms of dating shows, it's the least sexy.
Yeah, there's
It's the
it's
most puritanical.
oh, by
Yeah.
100%. It's the
Yeah.
most PG ass bullshit.
Yeah.
Pardon my
I
French, but come on.
some people were complaining at the beginning, before we met all the men, that she had a bad batch of men.
Mhm.
But well, I'm curious in general, what was your take on the selection of men as a whole? Do you feel like she had a good mix, got more duds than
So,
usual?
it's hard
Mhm.
because I I don't know, like, they tend to, in these early episodes, really highlight some people that stand out with big personalities, and those big personalities are frequently personalities that I do not enjoy.
Right.
And even on this season, I think the big, like, highlight package guys, I was like, "Absolutely not." We have you know, sergeant army man who's packing his American flag. Is that like common
I
practice? Is
thought that
that
was so funny. I was like, why
yeah.
is he like,
He's like, I
that's
haven't been in a real relationship in a million years because I just got doing army for 13 years because I entered like the moment I got out of high school. I was like, I don't know if this is the good way to jump into the dating pool for you. Maybe, and don't pack the flag. You don't need that. I
I
don't
th
think.
yeah, that was just really bizarre. I mean, I thought Chad's packing was weird. That's always, like, number 1 on weird packing for me when he packed, like, sweet potatoes and ate them raw or whatever and,
Yeah,
had all
yeah.
that protein and stuff, and it's also like, that you can request things. They will give things to you.
Yeah, and maybe you can shed some light on this, Sammy, but
Oh
from my
gosh.
personal experience, I have never entered into a situation of all my years on this earth where I'm like, "Damn, wish I had a flag with me right now." Any
Yeah,
flag,
no.
American,
Well,
Canadian, any.
I mean, you are talking to someone who was a color guard captain.
Mhm.
So I have had occasions where I went, "Damn, I really need a flag
I
right
need a
now."
flag. What am I gonna
Yeah.
twirl? Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, sure,
exactly. Yeah.
sure, sure.
So sometimes, you need to twirl things and sometimes that's necessary. But outside of a color guard situation, I
Mhm.
can't think of any other time where I've been like, I could really use a flag.
Well, and then the other aspect of
Oh, and
this too is like
pride.
oh, yeah, biggest pride, yeah, sure, sure. But, like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna, like, put on his stars and stripes skivvies and, like, wrap himself in the American flag? I don't think that's his style. And then, like, some of the other guys, the other guy that got a package was I was like, "Oh, generically handsome construction worker," who ended up
Yeah.
being like, "We have Tyler at home." Like, it was
Yeah,
just
he is very much we have Tyler at home.
yeah, not
Well,
great, not funny, not particularly interesting, and I'm fine with dumb guys, but
yeah.
and I think one of our friends that we watch The Bachelor with, we not meaning Sammy because she's in a different city, but if she was here, she would definitely be at
Yes.
our watch parties eating
Obviously.
cheese and watching me chug red wine. But one of my friends, she was like, "Yeah, it feels like this season, I either wanna make out with or have sex with a bunch of guys, but I don't wanna marry any of them." And I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think they're good looking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I have a favorite already.
Mhm.
And you can guess who that is in a while because that's our favorite game. But yeah, well, and then also I was like, no way do we have Noah's twin on the
Yeah.
show this
Yeah.
season.
Which
If
is
you just
like
but I will say he's
wait,
like,
are they
I'm the more
twins or are they
mature.
just
They're
brothers?
twins. They're
Okay, I didn't know
fraternal
that.
twins. Yeah,
Fraternal
they're
twins,
fraternal
okay.
twins, but he said, "I'm the more mature one." And I was like, "Well, then maybe I'll actually like you. So I guess I gotta give you a
Yeah.
chance."
No, he looks like if I let Noah do my taxes, like, he has a more refined look to him,
But then
so
there's that other guy who looks more like Noah than his own twin.
I love that.
Do you know who I'm
That's
talking about? Okay, so Aaron is Noah's twin, but Austin looks more like Noah.
yeah, he does. He looks like what if Noah had a terrible haircut? Like, Austin
Yes.
Austin is ready for Stagecoach, okay? Like,
Yeah.
just the ironic fashion mullet thing, which I
Mhm.
feel is, like, starting to wane in popularity, but
Yeah.
Austin's holding on strong. A lot of unique looks. We've got the Slim Shady guy, the more refined Pete Davidson guy. We've got our first like thick boy on the show, which mad respect.
I know.
We
I
have
was
the
sad
guy
that
who
he was
looks
gone right
like
away.
the singer of the Spin Doctors. We've got everything. What else you
Okay.
need?
Okay, yeah. So let's get into the cast. I'm looking at
Yeah.
the pictures and the bios.
Okay.
Um okay, yeah. So first off, yeah, I was so excited about Brett and I was so sad he got sent home the same day. Wasn't shocked, but
Yeah.
he was so cute. I was like, "Oh, he seems
Hmm.
like really sweet and really cute and like I want to see him get somewhere."
Yeah.
So I'm really sad and he's a small town boy from Manheim, Pennsylvania. Plus he seems to have like a good job, health and safety manager. Like
Hmm.
sounds like he's got a stable job. He seemed pretty
Oh,
normal,
he
but he
loves
seemed
pointing out
fun.
OSHA regulations, I bet.
I
Who
bet.
somebody
I
needs that in
bet.
their
Maybe
life.
that's why he left. He was like, "Oh, good thing we're leaving this
Yeah.
hotel because this is not up to code."
This railing is not up to code. That's
But yeah, I just thought he was so sweet. He's a sensitive soul. He wants to find the one. Maybe, well, I'm sure, I don't know if he'll make it to paradise. He might be like
I
one of
hope he
those like
does. Well,
wild
so
cards.
the vibe that I got from him and it's hard to judge this because obviously producer meddling, editing, limited time, one episode, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But just the brief glimpses that we got, he's white, slightly thicker Rodney, and we love
Yes,
Rodney. We
and I
love
love
Rodney.
Rodney. Exactly. I was like,
It's
"This
just
feels
a
like another
nice,
Rodney."
warmth. It's like you
Yes,
wanna give
I'm
him a
glad you
hug.
get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm like, he totally gives me like I just wrote teddy bear in my notes. I was
Yeah.
like, I love a teddy bear on the show. It's so fun and he's so sweet. And I forgot until I just read it in his bio that he's the one who did the splits.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's kind of pulling out the
Convincingly
Kyle
so.
Richards, like
Mhm.
doing the splits on command.
Oh, yeah.
Um but he's never left the United States, small town boy. So, oh my gosh, he almost got to go to Melbourne and then he didn't get to go. See, I tried to say it right.
Oh.
Look at me.
Melbourne.
Melbourne. And then oh, this is cute. As a kid, Brett accidentally shaved off his own eyebrows right before picture day.
Oh
And
my
I'm sure
god.
his mom shows everybody that picture and tells the story. Oh my God, Brett. Well, she's from Pennsylvania. I'm not good at a Pennsylvania accent. Um, but yeah, so I was really excited about him. Sad. Hopefully he makes it,
Mhm.
back to paradise. A little more about Aaron. Yeah, I mean, he's an aerospace engineer. Definitely does seem like the more mature of the twins for sure.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but I couldn't believe that they have 11 kids in their family.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a
That's, like, a
lot.
lot. How
That's
deeply
like my
Catholic are
grandpa,
they? Yeah,
he
that's
was like one of 13. Oh my gosh, okay, this is such a random aside. Um, one of my friends posted about this on Facebook. Maybe you saw this meme go around too, because it was like a locally thing. But apparently someone in some podcast called Milwaukee ambiently Catholic.
Oh, yeah, it's
And I commented back and I said, my dad is also ambiently Catholic.
yeah, that's
I
the
was
whole
like,
city is.
that's so funny. Anyway, yeah, very Catholic.
Yeah, every
More
single
quiverful.
person in this city, it doesn't matter, man, woman, and child, you just feel compelled to go to the basilica on Easter and Christmas Eve, like, that's it, like,
Yeah,
the
I mean,
rest of
I
the
just
year,
did
nobody cares.
I was, like, raised Lutheran, and I still do the sign of the cross when I'm stressed out,
Oh,
so,
yeah, yeah, it's just
anyway anyway, that was just a random thing. But yeah, so okay, whoa, this is cool. Okay, maybe I'll give Aaron a chance.
mhm.
Okay, listen to this in his bio. When Aaron isn't working hard building satellites to send into space,
Whoa.
he loves spending time on the lake, playing volleyball, and perfecting his golf game.
Okay.
So, I mean, now who he's an engineer for
Yeah.
may change my mind, but
As to say, he loves making satellites for Raytheon. Lockheed Martin, love
yeah,
him.
yeah,
He
you're
just
like,
got his big bonus.
I mean, it's Oklahoma, you never know. But anyway, his most embarrassing haircut was rocking a middle part. He's 7 minutes older than Noah, that's why he's more mature,
Okay.
and he's a force of nature on the pickleball court. So if there's a pickleball tournament, which there probably will be,
Okay.
we will be the judge of that.
Does that mean he's an old soul if he likes pickleball? Is that
I don't know, I feel like everybody plays pickleball now, right?
Yeah, but, like, no one in their 20s. Like, you
No,
turn
people in their 20s
35 and
too.
they just hand you a pickleball paddle, like,
Well, no, Vanderpump Rules. I mean, well, I guess most of them are in their 30s. But
or
remember
40s at this point.
well, yeah, true, but this was, like, maybe 5-ish years ago. Do you remember that?
Mhm.
They've
Yeah,
started playing
yeah.
pickleball. I feel like younger people are starting to play it now too. Anyway, whatever. The other day was the first time that Tuck had ever played ladder golf. He had never seen that before.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the only kind of golf I respect other than mini.
Well, we also played mini golf on the same day, so there you go. Okay, so yeah, so Austin looks like Noah, and I'm gonna have to keep reminding myself that he is not Noah's twin.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so he's a sales executive. I don't know how much I don't want to talk about everybody that long. He would love to be Justin Bieber just for a day. Why?
Mm.
Okay.
I don't
He
know.
doesn't go anywhere without his retainers. Well, that's responsible. I green flag. But he's extremely terrified of snakes, and they're going to Australia. Okay, good luck. Good
Yeah,
luck, buddy.
that's
You're
not
gonna
great
need
for
it.
you, pal.
Was Brendan the one that was like the Pete Davidson at home type, or who was
Yeah,
that?
so Pete Davidson at home is Devin Strader.
Oh, Devin. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, that I didn't see it then, I don't see it now. That's why I was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
smidge. I think it's just like he's got the pale complexion, which as you can
Mhm.
tell from me, no shame there.
Well, yeah,
But then
same.
Pete Davidson has he's got a slight, like, liver damage tinge to him, and I think Devin has the like, just a yellowing of the skin generally.
Oh, jeez. You're
So,
calling him jaundiced?
I mean, I
Jeez
you said
Louise.
it. I just
You said it!
I did not
I just gave you the technical term.
There's only one person who said this word on the
You're like,
podcast,
"You
and it's not
said
me.
jaundiced."
Yeah. That's why I'd be
No.
a good politician. It's like, "I'm not saying it, but then you
And then
said it."
yeah, so he loves oh my god, though. Okay, so get this.
Mhm.
He loves eating shrimp tacos despite being allergic to shrimp.
That seems like a problem. That could explain the skin. I
Mhm. That's
He's
what I'm
actually
saying.
just, like, irreparably, like,
He's just
destroyed his
always
internal
allergic.
organs.
Yeah, he's just always his throat is always a little bit closed, and he's got a little bit of hive action going on.
Can you believe that? Like, just housing ceviche, and then you're just, like, slamming the EpiPen into your thigh?
But his mom is his hero, which is very a Pete Davidson thing to say.
Mhm. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
wow, and he ran a 200-mile relay race with his buddies. So maybe
That's
he's
not
just
bad.
dehydrated.
Yeah, that could be it.
So anyway, okay, yeah, I can't remember all I mean, the first week is always so rough. So Brendan is we've got a lot of Canadians on the show this year too. Um,
Mhm.
he's a real estate broker. I don't really have much to say about him yet. He's obsessed with skydiving, so either he'll get the daredevil date or if he goes far or he'll be really jealous of whoever gets it, I guess. He
Sounds about
always
right.
picks dare over truth and then
Mm.
he may or may not have successfully snuck into Coachella. I really don't think that's a
Ooh.
flex, but
No. Would you
okay.
climb a fence? Big deal.
Yeah. And then we've got Brian. I wanted to like Brian at the beginning, and then I was like, okay, I have a question. I have a
Uh-huh.
question before we go far with Brian.
Okay.
Wait, now I forgot who the guy was who came in that car.
Yeah, the car guy. I forget his name too because there's too
The
many dudes. I
car
can't remember
guy.
25 names. But I do wanna talk about Brian because I
Yeah.
immediately was like, "Red flag."
Yeah.
He looks like a combination of, like, you know those, like, 90s swing
Jeremy.
music revival guys?
Yes.
Slash, like, ska dudes? Like, if you
Yeah.
were like, "Oh, he actually played trombone for the Mighty Mighty Bosstones," I'd be like, "Sure,
I'd
yeah,
be like,
that
yeah,
makes
of course
sense."
he did.
Of course he did, yeah.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
he
watch
just
out for ska
like,
guys.
he looks like a 90s ska slash swing revival guy, but in a
Mhm.
very sinister way to me, and
Yeah.
immediately I was, like, thrown by that, and then he also has a little bit of the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway, who I have to Whose Line Is It Anyway, guys? I'm Googling
Oh,
this on the air.
I
Boop,
know who
boop,
you're
boop.
talking about. Uh,
Yeah.
Brad?
Brad,
Brad
sure, yeah.
Sherwood?
Yes, that's the guy,
Yeah,
that's the
Brad
guy.
Sherwood.
Little Brad Sherwood there.
Yeah.
Because I could think of all the guys except for him. I'm like, he's the white guy that's not Colin
He's,
or
like, not on all the time either,
yeah, he's a
Brad
sometimes
comes on
guy.
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, occasional player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, but in a very, like, sinister, like, in my core, I'm worried about him kind of way, like Lynchian almost.
Mm.
And then when he did the car thing, I felt like a prophet. I was like, all of my fears have been realized here. There's
Yeah.
something very wrong with this man.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because so the other guy was Jeremy, which
Okay.
Jeremy kind of looks like, who is that guy? Was it Jed? From Hannah Season, the
Yeah,
country
yeah.
singer. He kinda looks like him
Mhm.
mixed with, like, Dennis from It's Always Sunny.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Just a classic bachelorette guy, just a
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and I just, like and he's got, like, a 6 head, I'm just,
Mhm.
like, not really into him. Um, and he also I mean, here's the thing, he also seems kind of like he could be a douche. Now, he could
Yeah.
have been sleep deprived because it says in his bio, he's happiest when he gets a full 8 hours of sleep. So maybe when he's fresh as a daisy after all the
Yes.
jet lag, we might get a
Mhm.
better Jeremy. Um, he wants to live abroad someday. So, starting the trip off, going to Australia will be good.
Mhm.
But yeah, I didn't really like him either. But here's what I'm trying to figure out. Was that really his car? Because he was acting like it was his car, but I 100% don't believe it is.
No, no,
Because
I
that
don't
doesn't
think it
make sense.
is
He's from New York.
either.
He would take a car all the way. Why wouldn't you just rent one or
Yeah,
have production get you one? It's like doesn't make
I
sense.
believe that's So the way that I interpreted it was, it's not like his car, it's the car that production gave him to
Right.
drive in for his
'Cause he
introduction thing.
probably gave it as an idea, and they're like, "You can be one of the people who comes in a car." You
Yeah,
know,
you could be a car guy.
and then he threw the keys to Jesse, and somehow this is what I'll say about Brian. I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit because he threw the keys to Jesse, and then Brian somehow got the keys,
Mhm.
which they wouldn't have given him the keys if they didn't want him to stir up shit, or if
Oh,
they
of
thought he was
course.
gonna, like, wreck the car, it was, like, a
They're like, "Here you
liability
go,
issue, whatever.
sinister ska man, take the
Yeah.
keys."
So, I mean, I'm not rooting for either of them is what I'm trying to say. I don't think either of them are particularly good. But at
Yeah,
first I was like, is Brian going to be like a villain in a fun, chaotic way? And then I was like, nope, this isn't fun. This just feels really weird. But it
yeah,
also feels like Jeremy might be the type of guy who applies the Dennis method.
mhm,
So, yeah, jury's out on both of them. We'll have to see. In my opinion.
mhm.
Let's see. So, yeah, I don't have many thoughts about him. Now, before we get too far down the list,
Yes.
do you have an inkling about who my favorite is? I feel
Yeah,
like it's really obvious again this year.
I g so, I'm trying to think, I'm trying to find his name because this is the problem is, like, I
Yeah,
just
there's too
look at
many
everyone,
people
I'm
at the
like,
beginning,
"Who are the people?"
and my stuff just like
Shoot.
died. Okay, I got the name.
Okay, so I think, like, top dudes for you, it's gotta be like a Thomas
Thomas.
or who was the other one? Was it
Oh, I thought it was really obvious.
I'm trying to think of which one it
Wait,
was because
which Thomas of the two?
of the 2,
Because there was
Tho
Thomas N and Thomas A.
Thomas N, Thomas
Yeah,
N.
Thomas N's a
Not
good choice.
Thomas A, I think he's like is he dollar store, what who does he look like? Shoot, it's gonna bother me now. Give me one oh, Adrian Brody. Is that the Adrian Brody? The guy who
No,
was really sweating before he got or almost eliminated?
no, no, no.
Okay.
That's not
Who's
who was sweating.
who's dollar store Adrian Brody? We need him. Was it Sam maybe? It could have been Sam, yeah. A lot of guys with the job title entrepreneur, which yeah, that's dollar store Adrian Brody, which means your parents are rich and you don't have a job as far as I know. Um,
Okay.
so here's why this is hard, is like there are 2 guys. So there's John Mitchell and there's Dylan Buchter, and they're both medical students, and I'm like, "Which one is the one that you like?" And it's probably Dylan, I think. He seems like
It's
your type.
Dylan.
Yeah, okay. But it's
Dylan
hard
to
because
me
I'm
is
like
like green flag upon green flag upon green flag. Plus,
yeah,
he's in California and not Florida. Bonus
yeah.
point.
And they
Bonus point.
also yeah, that's how I just no, I figured it was Dylan, but I was like, "God, which one was it?" They both are like medical people.
Yeah.
And then he's set up as a nice contrast to Grant, who's like the day trader guy who was like
Yeah.
extra slick the whole time and was giving me
Yeah.
heart palpitations. And again, it's just another thing where I'm like, there's something sinister here that I don't understand, but I don't like it. I am glad that Adrian Brody stuck around. Shout out Sam.
I think
We
so, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm worried because I'm worried I'm not gonna like the other Sam, but if there's at least
yeah.
one Sam that's good on the show, I'll be okay because I have a hard time disliking Sams.
Mhm.
Um, but
We
yes.
gotta pour one out for some people that could have been real top too. We lost Dakota,
Yeah,
who
Dakota,
was
I was really excited about.
I know, I was like Little Slim Shady. We lost Matt Arnold.
Oh, and he included a pun in his bio.
Mhm.
He wants to it says climbing Mount Everest is at the peak of Matt's bucket list, pun
Oh
intended.
boy.
Matt really wishes he had the ability to teleport, and he's the only person in his entire family with red hair.
Okay.
So yeah, so I think he could be a good paradise person for sure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. I wanna know more. I gotta know
Yes.
more. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. So
Yeah,
who else do you
so
feel like was gone too soon?
I mean, those are the big ones for me. It's people that are gone too soon are people that I wanna know more about. Obviously,
Mhm.
Brett Harris, the Husky Harris man, like, we love him.
I'm so
I want
sad
more of
yeah,
him.
I'm really sad he got cut. Yeah, Dakota seemed cool. Now I'm
Yeah,
trying to remember who got cut,
and I don't know,
some of
like,
these guys.
again, with Dakota is I love that he's in the year of our Lord 2024, like, committed to 2001 Slim Shady hair, like, great. Um, Also
I think he's stylish. I think he's stylish
Mhm.
in a unique way, and I think that's fun. He's a
Yeah.
sommelier, which I think is a cool job to
Interesting,
have.
interesting.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I am, like, just, like, naturally interested in people that I see on TV, and I'm like, "I don't know if he's 5'2" or 6'2". Like, there's no something
Yeah,
about
I
it.
thought he was a
And
short
again, this
king,
could have
but
just been the
yeah.
fact that he was, like, floating around kinda ambiently in the background. I was just like, "Wha I need to know more about this man." And he was taken from us too soon. But then there's other people like Kevin McDevitt, 35, financial analyst from Colorado. I don't know anything from him. You look at him, you go, that's definitely a guy from The Bachelor. I don't know anything,
Yeah,
but,
he's a guy.
he's definitely a guy.
Yeah, Kevin, I couldn't even remember. Did he stay or go? I don't remember.
Kevin's gone. Kevin's
Okay.
gone.
Now, what do you think about Jonathan's play to be the person who was, covered up before, like, he was revealed at the one-on-one time? And
It's
also showing his butt the whole time.
yes, I
That was
love the
bold.
ass. Also, Bachelor hashtag show the ass. Like
The giant rose was really funny, though. It was so
it
big.
was good. If you're gonna blur it out, like the giant butt rose is great.
Mhm.
Really, the thing with him is I don't think that he would have stuck out really as a contestant. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with him. I'm just saying if it's night one, there's 25 dudes, something like 5 of them have to go, right? Or 6 or so, however
Mhm.
many, a decent amount. So the best thing you can do is at least be memorable. It's not like she's falling in love with anyone on night 1.
Right.
So you're in survival mode.
Mhm.
And the best way to survive is to either do something that sticks in her head and makes you memorable, or you create an air of mystery and intrigue.
Yeah.
If I were him, I almost would have kept the bandages on, but he played it right because he was able to parlay this, bandage face and butt out thing into respectable one-on-one time, face reveal, and then she's like, "Oh, you're cute." You know?
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was good. He was able
yeah,
to
I
create
think
a
it was a good
moment,
strategy.
and
Yeah.
not just like a hello moment initially, but like an actual moment. So it's smart. And he's a creative director, right? So like, yeah, you better have a good entrance in a first night. Like there should be all the weight of the world should be on your shoulders, Mr. Creative Director.
Yeah, I was also thinking that. I'm like, if you're a creative director, this is a good time to talk about Anna. If you're a creative director, you should come up with something good, like a
Yeah,
good
something creative.
gimmick. And I mean,
Long-term prospects though, I'm worried just because of the industry that I work in, that you've worked in, where I don't know about you, but every single creative director I have ever met, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2, complete narcissist
yeah.
weirdos,
Mhm.
which makes sense because their whole
Yeah.
job is literally going, "Here's
My
my
brain is
idea."
so valuable.
Yeah, it's the best idea. Like that's
Yeah.
your entire job is selling yourself on not being wrong, which
Yeah.
so you have to have like a certain degree of narcissism, I would
Mhm.
imagine. But
Yeah, I mean, although I think this is an example of a good idea that he executed well, and I think he
mhm.
did the reveal at the right time. Because I think if you wait until the rose ceremony,
Oh, yeah, you don't know.
that's because some people have done that, and I think you do people a disservice, and then you're like, "Oh, I won't reveal until after the rose ceremony." I
Mhm.
just think that kinda sucks. I also think he was strategic about it because he knows he's cute, you
Mhm.
know? Because I think if you're, like, not cute,
Yeah,
it's riskier, because if you take it off and then you're not cute, then it's just like, "Ew," So I feel
totally.
like you have to be kinda good looking, at least good looking to the person who is looking at you,
Yeah,
and
good
Jen
looking to
thinks
whoever's
he's
looking.
yeah, Jen thinks he's good looking. I mean, I think he's good looking. So I think it made sense.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's hard to say. It says he's well traveled, spontaneous, and excited about traveling the world with Jen. And he loves listening to Post Malone, checking out local escape rooms, and playing lacrosse with his friends.
2 questions for you.
Okay.
1, the house thing? Why are we at the listen to your heart house? I'm
Okay.
having,
Let
like,
me
COVID whiplash. What's going
let me
on?
tell you. Well, I think there's two potential reasons.
Okay.
One potential reason I heard was that because it was such a hasty filming, because they're airing this so early, they weren't this is maybe a rumor that they weren't able to secure Mansion in time.
Mhm. Okay. Couldn't
And
book the VRBO/Airbnb.
yes.
Okay, maybe.
So yeah, that's what it sounds like. It was like on Airbnb or something. Which I mean, you think that they would have like a direct relationship with the owners of the house, but anyway, whatever. Apparently it's booked out until 2025.
Okay.
The other thing is perhaps they weren't able to get it for just one night
Mm.
because they're going to Australia right away. So
Right away,
my
yeah.
thought is maybe they just are going they maybe it was like, well, we want to save this for like longer term bookings and we
Mhm.
don't want to have to like get it all ready for filming, have everybody come and then turn it around like
Mhm.
the next day for rentals.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
That
the
makes
offer
sense.
wasn't good enough and it was just more affordable for them to go to a place that's like actually geared toward hospitality.
Mhm. That
Um
makes sense.
that's my guess, but I don't know.
Okay,
I
okay. Now,
that's
my
only a guess.
second question for you, another good speculative question,
Mhm.
is in the beginning, because we have to do this now. This is just what we do. They show Jen, and we are told that she's going to do something in the finale that no bachelorette has ever done before.
Mm.
What is the thing?
Hmm.
There's I mean, there's only
Maybe she does the proposal. Maybe she proposes.
Yep, that was my thought too.
Yeah,
That
because
is
she says something like, I'm not gonna let you propose to me," or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna do the proposal. That
So
I
I
mean, that's
think
the only thing that
she
makes
does the
sense.
proposal.
Well, because
Yeah.
I mean, in the whole, like, grand scheme of Bachelor, Bachelorette, whatever, like, everybody's pretty much done anything, and they didn't frame it as, like, she's gonna poop her pants, no one's done that, like,
Right.
it seemed like
I
it was a
think
positive
she's
thing.
gonna propose first.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
also, it would seem like, because of the narrative that they set up, so there's, like, kinda 2 prongs to it, which is, 1, first Asian American Bachelorette. 2, she
Oh,
is
sorry.
it's okay, I don't you just beeped,
It's my
uh
Animal Crossing notification. I'm just kidding.
that's good, I was saying,
No,
"Did
it's
you
not
forget to
really.
feed your Tamagotchi? What's going on?"
No, that's my notification on my phone. I've got a bookmark open to an article I don't want to forget to talk about, and apparently my sound was on. Sorry,
Okay,
continue.
so the second prong, first Asian American Bachelorette. Second prong is she has been in numerous toxic relationships, and
Mhm.
now she is grown, and she is a strong, independent woman. And what would be the best thing for a strong, independent woman to do? Propose. Makes sense. Narratively,
Mm.
it's perfect. And
Yeah.
I'm usually wrong about literally everything. So watch me eat shit in, 8 weeks or whatever. But I think it's a good theory. So I'm glad you're on board with me because you're right more than I am. So
Yeah, I think that would be my assumption. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, don't quote me, but that would be my assumption. Yeah,
Hmm.
in terms of people I think will go far. Let me look through these. Yeah, I think begrudgingly, I think Aaron will go far. I got to give him a
Yeah.
shot. I got to give that guy a shot.
Gotta give him a shot.
Um yeah, I hope Dylan goes far. I wanted to read a couple of Dylan's. The only thing is he is young, but isn't how old is Jen?
Not
Um
old.
well, yeah, I mean, I think yeah, Jen's 26,
Yeah.
Dylan's 24. He did preface in his like package by saying like, even though I'm 24, I feel like I am ready to settle down. And he seems serious, but I just don't want to get burned like in
Hmm.
seasons past. But he does seem serious. Okay, a couple points against him in his bio though.
Okay.
Just
What do
gonna
we
say
got?
likes listening to Drake. Eh.
Well, he
Um,
probably wrote that before the
Probably,
latest.
but still, but still, but
Yeah, but
still,
still, it's like, come
but
on.
still. I
But
would rather
also,
it
that's
say,
like,
"Dylan likes watching Degrassi." I'd be like, "Point."
see, but the
Um,
thing is too is like, what does it even say about someone? So
yeah, it's
aside from
kinda
Taylor
generic.
Swift, who
Yeah,
has sold more albums in the last, I don't
right,
know, decade, 15 years? Like that's like I like listening to music.
right. Now, I think I like the Sacramento connection because I have, like, a weird I like Sacramento even though I've never been there. I conceptually like it. Because
Don't
it's just
ever
like
visit.
it's like a moody city. It's got that haunted house, you know?
Mhm.
Anyway, he's a big fan of wine and painting date nights. Could go either way. I would love to watch him do the paint your partner challenge, because then
What?
you get a good view as to, like,
This is like
what
the
he's about.
second man who's like trapped in the year 2016. What there's escape room guy and now
Yeah,
there's like
wine and
sip and
painting
paint guy.
listen, that stuff can be fun. I like axe throwing, whatever.
It's
Um,
fine. I'm just saying like
yeah, that means that they didn't have it. I mean, my bio would be so unhinged.
yeah,
Um, he hates avocados, another negative.
that's weird.
And he has never stepped foot in a Trader Joe's.
What?
Neutral, but
Why?
perhaps a negative. I don't
Is there
know.
one in Sacramento? There has to
I
be.
would
There's one in
assume
like
there's
Bakersfield. Of course
Yeah,
there's one in
I would assume
Sacramento.
there's one in Sacramento. Well, and now he's in Elk Grove. I don't know anything about Elk Grove, but anyway,
Okay.
so that makes that makes me a little. I never set foot in a Trader Joe's. Like,
Well, and then the fact that like, okay, not only have you never done that, but then you're talking about it. Like, are you proud of that? Or is that just like that's interesting? There is a Trader Joe's in Sacramento,
okay,
by the
well,
way.
good. Yeah, well, he's just never been there.
There's also
And
one in Elk Grove also. So
well, he's just never been there. Maybe that'll be one of those like homey dates, like they're
mhm.
like at a house, and then he has the moment of, I've never been to a Trader Joe's, but I'm so excited to share
Dude's
this with
missing
you, Jen.
out. Like
I mean,
reasonably priced, fun food.
yeah,
I love it.
maybe he's
Especially if you're a snack person like
maybe he's
me.
like an Aldi guy,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
I
which
like
could
Aldi
be a
too.
much greener flag. If he's like, I've never set foot in Trader Joe's,
Yeah.
but I love Aldi, I'd be like, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
good.
so
Aldi's is like Trader Joe's if you don't wanna just spend all your money on, like, cookie butter and other weird,
yeah,
like, treats.
yeah.
If you're more meal motivated and less treat motivated.
But you can get the best fake Girl Scout cookies there in the
Mhm.
world for $2.
Also an exceptional selection of gluten-free food
Yep.
too, which for the gluten-free gang that I'm
Aldi,
in.
sponsor us.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Aldi
so
sponsor us. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Marcus, I also think will probably go far
Mhm.
because there's something about him that Jen really likes. Now, here's a green flag about Army Ranger veteran Marcus.
Oh boy, yeah.
He loves binge watching New Girl. Green flag.
That's
One of
so
my
weird.
favorite shows. One of my favorite shows. I did not think Here's what I'll say about New Girl for anyone who hasn't watched it. I thought it was like gonna be like bad sitcom, and then I watched it and I was like, this is actually very good, fun, chaotic sitcom. And if you haven't watched it, you should watch it because it's really good. Anyway. He hopes to be an astronaut one day, and he did talk about that. And his favorite flower is the Edelweiss because it's a symbol of dedication. And I don't even know what an Edelweiss looks like. I don't
Hmm.
think it's that pretty.
I mean, I have no
It's like a
idea.
kind of weird uggo flower. It looks like too fuzzy. It makes me uncomfortable. But it's kind of amazing that he even knows what that flower is. So,
Yeah, I certainly don't.
oh, it was in Band of Brothers. I'm sure that's why he knows about it.
So, 2 things about Marcus. 1, he's 31 years old, like, or 32. I'm sorry, Marcus, you're not being an astronaut. That's not gonna happen. Um, 2
I don't know, I mean, the folks in the space station, well, maybe it's just the zero gravity, but they look like they're older.
oh, they're older, but, like, you gotta get into that stuff pretty early, I
Well,
think.
maybe he already has started.
You're right, you're
We
right.
don't
I'm
know.
judging him prematurely. Here's something I can judge him on accurately, though. I was like, okay, like, when he was, like, folding up the American flag, part of me was like, did I just, like, show my ass, or was he folding up, like, an American flag shirt, and I thought it was an actual flag? But I looked it up because I found, like, a screen cap of it.
Mhm.
Not only has he folded up and packed an American flag, but as he's packing his suitcase, some brilliant mise en scène here from the production crew at The Bachelorette. There's an American flag hanging on the wall in the background. So he's got, like, multiple flags that he's cycling through. This
Wow.
is his travel flag specifically.
I mean, he's just very yeah, he's very interested in his military background. Now,
No one's ever done more patriotism than
no,
Marcus.
he's lived okay, so this is interesting to me. He lives in Raleigh, but his parents are from Minnesota,
Oh, yeah.
and he founded a tech company,
What?
called Felcor Technologies.
Didn't he just get out of the army 5 minutes ago? What?
Oh,
How did
okay,
he do
managed
that?
IT. All right. Phew. Got a little nervous. Wow. Oh, you have to go to
Mm.
this website. Oh, falcortech.io. I'm going to send this to you in the chat. You got to check this out.
Oh
Wow,
my gosh, and
it's
the
pretty
place
exciting.
he's from in Minnesota is, like, real middle of nowhere. Like,
Yeah.
it's, like, straight up, like, west of Duluth. That yeah, no, he was born in the woods.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense, right? You get born in the woods and then you're like, I want to
I
go
gotta
do American things.
yeah, I gotta go defend my country now, yeah,
But
makes sense.
anyway, yeah, so I just really like the what would you call that? The panther that's on the main part of the website. That's pretty exciting looking.
What
I sent it to you in the chat if you
Oh,
want
I
to
see
look
in the
at it.
chat, okay, I'm gonna look at this now.
Yeah, just
I was
just give
like,
it a look.
"Panther? What are you talking about?" Oh, dear.
Yeah. It's pretty
Oh,
intense. Good for him. So anyway, yeah, his parents are from, so I don't know if the hometown, if he's gonna if he's gonna take them to Minnesota or where he's gonna
yeah,
go.
'cause and his
Um
company is based in South Carolina.
mhm,
Huh, I don't know.
yeah. Anyway, so I think he's gonna go far. We'll see. Maybe not my cup of tea necessarily, but
Yeah?
but Jen seems to really like that. And yeah, I think Grant could go far. We'll see.
Mhm,
Um I'm not sure. Now I'm trying to remember. I got to go to the final list to make sure I'm not saying somebody that got sent home. No, I didn't think so. I want to know more about Jahan. I don't feel like I know enough about him yet,
mhm.
but he seems cool. Although, red flag in his bio, if you challenge Jahan to a game of chess, you'll most likely lose. That to me says, I never want to play chess with Jahan. Now he's out
Yeah,
of commission if he gets hangry, same.
sure. But again,
Learning to
that's like a
fly a
normal
plane,
thing, like,
yeah.
what
Well, there's always, like, a normal one, except for wait, who was it that had, like, the weirdest one where they were, like, afraid of saber-toothed tigers?
Yeah, 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 something like that. Like,
Who
"Oh,
was
no, woolly
that?
mammoths." They're like, "I'm afraid of a woolly mammoth."
Yes, and I was like, "Why does
Good
that ever have to
news.
be a thing that you have to worry about?" I
You
thought that was
don't have to worry about
so
it, yeah.
funny. That's how you write a bio, okay?
Mhm,
That's how you write a bio, everyone. Yeah, okay, let's talk about the 2 Sams. So I don't like Sam M at
mhm,
all. He's given me weird ass vibes, and
yeah,
I do not like him.
mhm.
Yeah, there's
Well,
just
he's
ugh.
a contractor from Myrtle Beach,
Mhm.
which, I
Yeah,
mean,
this is a we've
again,
got Tyler at home,
this is we've got Tyler at home,
but he's
and
not Tyler.
but he got the first impression rose,
He
like,
did.
this is which is, again, like, he's gonna go far, and I think and this is why I worry about Jen as a bachelorette, and I think, the show, to its credit, has done a very good job recently of maybe coaching up people without really big personalities to help drive different narratives, but it's like, Jen, how is anybody getting on board with this guy? Like, I don't know, the shot o'clock thing, and which everybody was kinda doing, but he was really into it, and I felt like I don't know, like, I was like, "Am I dumb? Is this, like, Jen's catchphrase that I missed on Joey's season?" It's like, no, it had nothing to do with Joey's season.
So, yeah, so there's a Bustle article about that and other
About
things.
shot o'clock?
Yeah, it was called "10 Shocking Moments from Jen's Bachelorette Premiere." Um, yeah, so there's that opening of, "I can't let you propose to me." So to me, it just seems like she's gonna be like, "'Cause I'm gonna propose to you." So I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be like that, and then they talk
With
about
my Neil
Marcus.
Lane ring.
Yeah, and then they talk about Marcus, packing up an American flag. Um, and then yeah, so it's funny, in the Bustle article, they're like, "Franchise participants reportedly have a limited baggage allowance, so anything that's not clothes or toiletries is always a surprise." Um, and then, yeah, they talk about Jonathan showing his butt, and
Love it.
then, yeah, the Pete Davidson stuff. Let's see, where is it? Oh, yeah, and I forgot that Hakeem was the one who came in with all the balloons. I thought that was actually a really cute, opener.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really funny when he walked into that tree and they they all started
Oh my
popping.
god, yeah, that was
I was like,
great, that was
"Oh
great.
my god." That
No,
was
that was
so
funny, it
funny.
was a good gimmick, and then the way that they got around, like, I don't know, like, just explicitly saying "up," although, I mean, ABC and Disney are, like, part of the same company, can't they say "up"?
Yeah.
Why can't they say "up"?
Yeah,
Can't
I
say
don't
"up."
know. It was weird, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be here to uplift you." It's just, like, weird. Yeah, they should have played that music. Okay, that's all I'll sing so we don't get in trouble. And then oh, yeah, there was, like, that truth or dare, that was with the splits and stuff.
The
That
splits and the running around
was an
naked guy and
interesting thing, yeah. Um, and then yeah. Yeah, like, the Jeremy and Brian thing was weird. Okay, I'm trying to get to the thing. Okay, they're going to Australia. Someone from Jen's past returns. Okay. Okay, I wanna read you some of these chyrons because Bustle put them in. Okay, so Sam N, I won't forget where we're going, but Sam N, the other Sam, the love virgin, I missed this chiron for some reason.
oh god, the
It
love
said,
virgin.
"Never been to third base emotionally."
Ugh.
Um, that's
Love
funny.
virgin Adrian Brody.
Yeah, I'm trying to find wait, where is the shot o'clock? I feel like it actually didn't show up in here.
Yeah, when
The heck?
Sam McKinney
Oh,
is
here
like,
we go.
"Oh, I'm gonna make you breakfast, and then I'm gonna walk in and say it's shot o'clock. Hey."
So, yeah, so she was announced so, yeah, so when she was announced in March
Okay.
on, like, the women tell all, I think, or whenever that was when she got announced. Was it after the final rose? It was in March, I can't
Yeah.
remember. But she said it was shot o'clock because it was, like, a shot at love or whatever. And then, yeah, then a bunch of men were like, "Shot o'clock."
Yeah.
And she was like, Um, but yeah, so Sam M, I just oh, he was also homeschooled. That makes so much sense. Yeah, he definitely
Yeah.
gives off homeschooled vibes. Um, Cheating is his number one deal breaker, sure, but I don't know. I feel like he's got jealousy issues.
Mm.
He also really loves watching Sons of Anarchy. I don't know, just saying. Um, but yeah, I wanna root for us, Sam, but I don't know if I can root for the love virgin.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm
that's
kinda like, I don't know." And then that one line, I saved it, I gotta find it. He said something like, "I don't want our lips to touch, I want our souls to touch," or something.
well, and then he said
And
some
I was
other
like
dumb shit too, where I'm like, "That doesn't mean that." Like, she was like, "I want a ferocious love," which again, it doesn't
yeah,
mean anything. It's just whatever. I'm sure
yeah.
you read that on, like, I don't know, you're at a Home Goods and it was
To
written
me,
on a
ferocious
distressed
love
wooden
sounds
sign.
dysfunctional.
Yeah, well, and then but
That's
then
just
he
me.
made it more dysfunctional because he's like, "I want a reckless love." I'm like, "What does that
Yeah,
mean?"
that's the
Like, "I
other
wanna be
Sam.
in love but not wear a seatbelt?" Like, what?
Yeah. That's not Love Virgin
Oh,
Sam.
that's not Love
That's
Virgin, that's the other Sam, that's
That's
Sam
the
McKinney,
other
okay.
Sam, he said it, and that's
Okay.
why he got the first impression rose, and I was like, "That's weird." But yeah, I think the people who are
Reckless.
the most like Jen are
Mhm.
probably, like, Dylan and Thomas,
Yeah.
Thomas N. And I loved his win-win. I was actually really hoping he was gonna do the win-win pun, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Hell yeah." Um, and I think that's like maybe she would think, "Oh, that's too easy because everything lines up too much on paper or whatever."
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, he's a retirement advisor, so that's like good normal job. He's
Mhm.
got a Vietnamese family. They want to teach their kids Vietnamese, so like
Mhm.
that's cool.
Mhm.
Um he he loves watching guys grocery games and spending time on a boat with his friends,
Sure.
and he plans on traveling to every continent. He's a former professional swimmer and he went cliff diving in Italy. So you can see a pattern in those bio points.
Mhm.
But he seems just like good guy, good head on his shoulders, easy person to take home to the family, and he seems sweet and normal. So
Mhm.
I think he's going to make it pretty far.
Yeah.
Um yeah,
But
he's
again,
kind of like
do
an
you think
automatic.
the other Sam, the non-contractor Sam, do you think he has a real job?
Um Good question. I was actually gonna look it up. I usually do more research before the our first recording, but I didn't.
Mm.
Um, Yeah, I don't know. He's a huge prankster. He loves getting his eyebrows threaded to keep him on fleek, and he
Mm.
loves Elvis Presley songs. Let me see an job. Let's see. Because remember that one person who was an entrepreneur and then she ran that. Well, there's like people who are entrepreneurs and they have like skincare companies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's see. Um, I'm going to his Instagram. I like never spend any time on Instagram until we do this stuff. Well, his bio just says the most unserious guy.
Great. Love it.
Like I wonder. I mean, it's weird because by now, if he was running a business, you think he would plug it in
Mhm.
his bio. He may have an IMDb page. Yeah, he's
Possibly.
got an IMDb page. I mean, so do I. He was in a short and another short, I think, and he's doing a couple other things. He's done like 6 things.
Mhm.
So he is
He
an actor.
he doesn't have a very robust Instagram, and most of it is related to the show right now, The Bachelor. But he
Mhm.
does have, and this is from, oh god, I don't even know, like, probably, like, at least a year ago, but he has this amazing video where it's a gorilla running at the screen who turns around, and then it zooms in on the gorilla's ass cheeks, and then it transitions to his center part hairline, and then he's, like,
Oh,
looking at the sunset.
that's like a common edit. Yeah.
That's very nice, I like that, that's good.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't, clearly, I don't spend enough time on Instagram to know about the
Oh, I've
gorilla
seen that
butt
on TikTok.
transition. Okay,
I
okay.
think it might be a CapCut thing.
Okay, we have different algorithms, clearly. Why can't
Yeah.
I gotta yell gorilla butt into my phone so I get more of that.
I always see the ones where it's like, someone like runs into a wall or there's like water and then it's like splashes over
I
somebody
have
or
seen that
whatever.
one.
Like,
I've seen that
those
one.
ones
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get all the time. Um, yeah, really on his website or on Google rather. He really mostly has an IMDb presence, which is interesting.
Oh.
Like, I'm not finding much of anything else. He does have, um, he made it to a podcast, and I gotta mute it so that it doesn't play in my ears. And it says he unpacks his life story, vulnerable,
Oh boy.
respectfully inspired podcast. It says he's an actor, entrepreneur, and car enthusiast.
That's again, I
Um,
think his parents are just rich. He was born in Carlsbad? Like,
I
you
don't
can't, don't tell me your parents aren't rich.
Listen, I mean, he's obviously got like a big supportive family, so that, maybe
Mhm.
something. Now it says, okay, yeah, 6 figures as a young adult. How adults affect kids. Oh, the timestamps are wrong on this podcast. Ooh, not good. They're all just at 0 minutes, 0 seconds.
Oh, well.
But yeah, anyway, but it's gotten 2,000 views, and talks about plastic surgery dream jobs, I guess.
Mm.
So I don't know. I don't know what it is he wants to do or what but maybe he'll talk about it later. It is vague. Maybe he's
Mhm.
between jobs. I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but maybe he doesn't have a job. It's just weird.
No.
Most of the people on the show who are entrepreneurs and like real ones already have like their business and their bio and all that stuff. Like they're all
Mhm.
pretty good about that. So,
Well, and the Love Virgin thing is weird, but,
yeah.
uh, he does come from, like, a big Iranian family, and, like, his family and his culture, like, they take relationships very seriously, so he said that, like, he wants, if he has a girlfriend, he wants that girlfriend to be someone that he sees as his wife, so he takes it, he's very serious about this stuff. So I
Yeah.
guess if that's your thing, this is the place to do it because you're supposed to have a wife. So
Yeah.
bonus point for him for being on the show, because in normal world circumstances that might be like, but in Bachelor world, there's an expectation that you're going to propose to someone that you've known for 6 to 8 weeks. So yeah, makes sense. Could be a winner.
Yeah, maybe I'll listen to this podcast later and I'll give you all the rundown on Sam.
Hmm.
Someone said, okay, so the comments are kind of wild on this podcast though. Someone said, "Is Sam Flynn Rider's doppelganger?" And yes, I can see that. Definitely he has like the Flynn Rider hair and everything. I think that's a really good comparison. Are
Okay,
you a
so
Tangled
not
fan?
Adrian Brody. Okay, I'm looking at the Tangled man. He does have tangled hair, yes.
I think he has Flynn Rider hair for sure. Okay,
Mhm.
but here's the weirdest comment. Someone left. They go, "Is Sam Christian?"
What? Who
And
cares?
and the OP, well, I think this is a Christian podcast because the host
Oh.
has like a big cross on. He goes, "No, hopefully one day though." That's
What?
bizarre.
That's weird. That's really
Yeah,
weird.
that's so weird. It's like, ugh. And
That's
then
so
somebody
strange.
also commented on his thighs. Like,
What,
that's really strange.
does he have particularly juicy thighs? What
I
what does that
mean,
even
I
mean?
don't know. He's got thighs. But I like this is a podcast about like
I
about
need to know the juiciness of the
I mean,
thigh.
yeah. Yeah, okay, so this is interesting. I'll have to okay, I wanna listen to this podcast now because it says he gained a lot of money at a young age. So maybe he did have, like, some really lucrative career and, like,
Okay.
hit it big somehow, I don't know. And it says, "But it didn't make him happy. He also competed in bodybuilding and professional gaming."
Oh, a
Yeah,
professional gamer.
I don't know. I think he might actually be really interesting. So I'm going to give Sam a chance because he doesn't strike me as the type of unemployed entrepreneur we see on the show sometimes. So I'm cutting him some
Okay.
slack cuz I and it could just be cuz he's a Sam, but I want to think better of him. So
Okay.
we'll see we'll see where he goes. Um
And you don't think okay, I sent you a picture of Adrian Brody. Come on, come on, come on. A
I
little bit?
no, I think he's got some Adrian Brody, but I
So
do like
Brody?
the Flynn Rider comparison. I think that
Yeah,
that's
probably
really
better.
fair. The
If we're gonna
person
appeal to a younger audience, we should probably go with the Tangled reference.
right, exactly. Okay,
We're
wait,
hip, we're with it. Come on.
who was, panicking? Hakeem was panicking.
Akeem
I
was
was like
panicking.
I was like, "Who was panicking at the very end and was like, 'I don't think I'm gonna get picked. I don't think I'm gonna get picked.'" And then they were like, "Hakeem," and he's like, but he was the one with the balloons. Yeah, so he was the one with the
Yeah.
balloons. Maybe he'll go somewhere. He's got a big Jamaican family. So maybe that'll be fun. That would be a fun hometown date.
That would be
He's
fun.
from Schaumburg. So if he says he's
Ooh,
from near Chicago,
Chicago? Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, red flag if you're from Schaumburg and you say you're from Chicago,
but he
sorry.
did go to Northwestern.
Okay, so he's
So
smart at least?
yeah, he got his
Okay.
master's degree at Northwestern.
That's hard.
Yeah, and he loves listening to reggae music and watching The Lion King. And it says he spent most of his life in Chicago. So maybe he's has lived in Chicago and not, I don't know. He can fully clap with just one hand.
Mm.
He takes finding love so seriously he spent over $5,000 on a dating coach.
Jeez.
And
What
he
is that
has I don't know, but these are better bio points than most people. He has gone on a picnic date in a cemetery, but he promises not to ghost.
what?
He seems like goofy and fun, and I think he might surprise
Neurotic?
us. A little neurotic, but, like, maybe in a cute way? I don't
Yeah,
know. We'll see.
you're sorry, I'm for those of you who are listening and not watching this, I'm trying to, like, fight the sun. It's as I frequently do because I'm very pasty. No, it keeps, like, shining, like, in my eyeballs, and I'm trying to, like, maneuver myself so that I don't get all sunshined. But anyways, yeah, it's just weird to me because it's like, okay, you have a master's degree from a very prestigious university, and you seem to be successful. You
Mhm.
are conventionally handsome,
Mhm.
great smile too, winning
Mhm.
smile, and then you hire a dating coach?
I mean, I think it might be didn't peak in high school type of
Okay.
a thing.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. No, I can see that. I can see that. That makes sense. Also, he could be the type of person too who it's just like, oh, if you want to get better at something, it's like you want to get fit, you go to a personal trainer.
Mhm.
If you have a medical thing, you go to a doctor. If you have a dating problem, you go to a dating coach. So maybe that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, obviously he needs a little more confidence because it seems like
Mhm.
he's got well, and also he's a salesman.
A medical device salesman.
Yeah, he probably got his MBA then, I would guess, at Northwestern,
Probably, maybe.
perhaps?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so there's something there where he might be one of those guys who like, "Can I talk to you for a second? I'm just feeling really stressed out about this stuff right now." Like, he might be one of those types of guys.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any other. Oh, one thing that, like, Aaron said that really annoyed me, now I'm just kinda going through my random notes, is he, like, asked Jen if she has a drill. It just felt very much like, "You like this band, name 3 of their songs."
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, "Oh, you fix stuff? Do you own a drill?" I'm like,
No.
I'm trying to separate you from your twin brother, and you asking Jen if she has a drill is not a good start. I do not like that. I
Also,
think
what a
that's weird.
weird question.
Yeah, "Do you
What
own a drill?"
do you
And
own
then
a
and then
drill?
he's like, Then I guess you could help me fix up my house." And she's like, "I guess I could." And it's like, I feel like some of the men might not be giving Jen enough credit. Like,
Also,
she's
what is a
obviously
drill even
really
an
smart
indication of?
and
Because,
really
like,
capable. Yeah.
I mean, I own a drill, and I'm the least capable person alive. Like, if something
But nobody
breaks
would ask you if you owned a drill. People only ask
no,
women if they own drills. And
no,
yes, I
yeah.
own one, and I use it for weaving. Thank you.
Wait, for
I use it
weeding or for weaving?
weaving. I use it to load my bobbins.
Okay, so this is like a
Yeah, it goes and then all
it
the stuff
interacts
goes
with
on
your
the
loom?
bobbins. All the it like, you have bobbins and you have, like, the thread that goes on the bobbins or the yarn that
Yeah.
goes on the bobbins, and you put you put it on a dowel and you put it on a drill, and then you hit on the drill, and then it starts to spin up and load the bobbin instead of you having to hand wind it. So you finish it in, like, a minute instead of, like, 15 minutes. Pretty awesome.
No
So, yeah, I
old-timey
own a
looming for
drill.
you. Yeah, I
I
got a
own a
drill, it's a loom
drill.
drill.
Anyway,
Do you wanna talk about really quick so, basically,
yes.
Dylan's our guy, there's a few others that were like, "Maybe," and then there's a lot of people that we either don't know
Yeah, I
or
feel like
are,
there's just
like,
people we don't know yet.
villainous ska
Mhm.
trombone players probably. Why don't we talk a little bit about the fit inspo for someone's trip to Poland? Do you wanna talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, I do wanna talk about that. So, okay, so there's 2 things that I saw on TikTok before we recorded. I was kinda sad we had to record so late this week, but then both of these things popped up yesterday, and
Mhm.
I was
It's
like,
very intentional.
"Perfect timing." So, okay, before we get to that, because I have this up on my phone, did you hear about how Jen got interviewed by Kelly Ripa and that whole thing?
No.
Okay,
No, what happened?
let me pull this out again. I'm trying to remember. It was something like
"Sorry, Sammy, I'm not my mom, I don't watch Kelly Ripa interviews."
so, well, because it was good. Jen just kinda clapped back
Okay,
in a really smart way, and I'm trying to piece it together because again, it's been a whole day since I watched it, but it was like, Kelly Ripa kinda asked her like, "Oh, finding love on a reality show, like, why do you think this is gonna work?" or whatever, and Jen just kinda
fair.
fired back and was like, "How'd you meet your husband?" And
Oh!
it's like, "Oh, doing show business things," and she's like, yeah, and it was just like good it was like good banter, and like Kelly Ripa's obviously good at banter, and I don't think from what I got from the person who reviewed it, like Kelly took it in stride, didn't have an issue with it, was like, good point. Yeah, touche,
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
but people were saying that she was being like rude and stuff for saying that to Kelly, and I just thought that that was like so bizarre. Like,
Yeah. And I
yeah.
and I think it's a two-way street too because, hey, guess what? Meeting your spouse on The Bachelor is weird. Like,
Yeah,
literally, o o let's see, there's been how many seasons of The Bachelorette? 20, we're on 21,
something
right?
like that. Yeah.
Something like that? Sure. So there's literally, like, 21 women or 20 women at this point who have gone through this process to meet their spouse. So, yeah, it's a unique way to get married, I
I
would
mean, there's so
say.
many weird ways to meet somebody though. You know what I
Yeah, no,
mean?
it's true, that's
It's
true.
like being on a show where you're being presented with people that presumably have something in common with you and
Yeah.
that like you already,
Mhm.
um, that should have a better than average chance of hitting it off with you is kind of like not as weird as randomly finding people on dating sites. I
I
mean,
guess so,
you're set up
but
for success a little bit better.
if you
I mean,
matched with someone on, like, Hinge or Bumble or whatever, would you marry him after 6 weeks?
no.
Even if
But
they handed you a Neil Lane ring?
but I will say, like, I knew pretty quickly
Mhm.
after dating my now husband. I
Yeah.
mean, within a month, I was like,
Oh,
"I'm gonna
yeah,
marry this guy."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
and I
you
think I
definitely
even
know.
said that to him. I was just like, "And you have nothing, and you
Yeah.
can't do anything about it. And
I
this is
I
what's
think
gonna happen."
because I agree with you there. The difference is like, again, with the way the show is structured, it's like, how much time are you spending with Jen? Like,
Right.
even until you get down to the final 4 and you get, like, an overnight and you get some, like, actual quality one-on-one time and some one-on-one dates. Even with those one-on-one dates, if you don't have one of those, and at the most, you're gonna get 1 or maybe 2 before the end,
Yeah.
like, w how much time are you spending with her? Like,
Right.
20
Not a
minutes,
lot.
maybe?
Yeah. I mean, we both know that it's
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Oh, it's
but
totally ridiculous. But
but
but the point is like,
also
yeah.
it's like I think she made a good point. It's like you meet people like this is kind of work
Mhm.
and she could meet someone at work.
She could meet someone at
Or
work, yeah.
and it's also like if this doesn't work out, she is also opening herself up to a wider audience of men in the future
Yeah.
that might not know who she is. She
Well, they
can
know
stand a
now.
better chance of, you know, of finding love later or whatever, because that happens a lot on the show. It's like if you're a bachelor or bachelorette and it didn't work out on the show, it's usually like, oh, a couple
Mhm.
seasons later, then something works out and whatever. So, but I thought that that was a good retort where she's just like, well, yeah, how'd you meet your husband? And it's like, okay, so you're both, in entertainment. He's an
Uh-oh.
actor.
Sammy froze.
You met on a set or whatever. I don't know exactly know how Kelly and Mark met, but uh-oh, are you gone?
I'm back.
What
Hello.
happened?
I don't know, you froze, and
I
so I'm
froze.
blaming you, yeah.
Oh,
But I probably froze on your end, so
yeah.
it's probably
So
my
it's
fault in some
obviously
capacity.
no. Um, no, so all I was saying is, I don't exactly know how Kelly and Mark met. I'm assuming on some set or something like that. I don't know
Yeah.
anything about their relationship,
Uh,
but I just know that, I mean, he's an athlete and also an actor, right? And she's
mhm.
been a host and an actor and soap
Yeah,
opera star. Did they meet on a soap opera set?
I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, but they met through the industry. So Jen's point, I think, really made sense. Okay, now to get to the thing that you were talking about.
Yes!
So yeah, I thought this was wild. Okay,
This
so
is totally nuts. Like,
so Anna Redman, I didn't like her when she and whose season was she on? Now I can't remember. Um was it on Zach's season?
maybe.
Um season. I just want to make sure I've got that right. The 25th season of The Bachelor. That's really helpful. Um wait, no. This says 23. What? What?
Hmm.
Okay, whose season was she on? 25th season. 25th season.
Matt James?
Was it?
Matt James is the 25th season.
Oh.
Well, well, well.
Sorry, my
No, it's
computer's going
fine.
slow now. Anyway, so she is on the 25th season. She was okay, and she's also with Chris Bukowski. I always forget that, but that makes
Mhm.
sense because I also really don't
All right,
care for
confirming.
him.
She was on Matt James' season,
Okay,
and she returned for
on the
the
7th
7th season
season
of
of
Bachelor in
Paradise.
Paradise. Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Anyway,
Actu yeah.
there were things I didn't like about her to begin with because she was like making up shit about women being sleuths or whatever. And I was just like, you suck. You are not a girl's girl. Like, you are trash. And also, your copywriting's not very good. So, get a different job. So, anyway,
Mhm.
so she did this like mood board, vision board thing on her like Instagram stories for her trip to Poland. And it was like, is somebody going to match my freak? And it was like all her outfits for each day. But here's the problem, she had
Yeah.
an outfit picked out for Auschwitz.
Yeah, man. That's what you
That's
gotta
so weird. That's
no
like the
one's gonna match
weirdest
your freak.
thing.
That's not a place to be a nasty girl. We don't need that.
And it's weird because, like, who else? I mean, was it Justin Bieber? Speaking of wanting to be Justin Bieber for a day, wasn't it Justin Bieber who went there and used it as like a photo op?
Yeah, I think a lot of
So
celebrities have done this
bizarre.
before,
Yeah, it's
which is why
so
it's dumb because
duh.
it is, because I mean, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, it's full of people doing profoundly stupid things, and they're bad, but, deep down I go, maybe you're just stupid." The problem with this one is, well, yeah, she is, but this is a mistake that has been made by celebrities before. So
Yeah,
it's like, you are stupid for doing this. There is, like, famously documented people doing this stupid thing and getting backlash for it. And also it's like, stop for 1 second and think about this because you are already
yeah,
famous. and you have to be conscious of this, and you're doing this for, like, an influencer spot or something. Like, someone's paying her to wear these clothes on vacation
Right.
and post about it. And if you're doing that, I think at some point you have to ask, when I post this, is this the proper, like, should I be doing this? No, no, you fucking shouldn't be. Like, it's very simple.
Right.
Like, a lot of times these girls will be like, "Oh no, we found the 90th Bachelorette contestant who went to like an antebellum party, in college." Which,
Right.
yeah, bad, but yeah, you were a shithead 20-year-old and you didn't know any better. You thought, "Oh, fancy Southern dress," and then you just went with it. You didn't think about it. You are literally an influencer who gets paid to do this shit, and you are supposed to think about how you are representing the brands that you are paid to represent. Why would you do, like, one of the most insensitive things humanly possible? I don't know. That's it
Yeah,
seems weird to me.
it's weird. It's like neither is good, right? Like
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
both
yeah.
bad,
Mhm.
but yeah, you're in the public eye.
Mhm.
You're for I don't know if she's still doing this as a career, but your former and or current career is based on strategy and voice and positioning and
Yeah.
understanding what you should and shouldn't say in certain scenarios. If you are a copywriter, you should be hyper aware of the power of the things that you put together, words,
Yeah.
images, whatever. And here's the thing, you could have a private planner, an
Mhm.
itinerary for the outfits you're gonna wear. Because I mean, I go through and I mean, I've never put together like a digital anything, but I've gone, okay, I gotta have this many outfits. I need to make sure, like, I'm going to this cathedral, and I know I need to have my shoulders
Shoulders
covered, and
covered, yeah.
I need to have a dress that's long enough so that I'm allowed in the cathedral, and old Spanish ladies don't spit at me,
Mhm. Which will
or
happen.
look at me funny. And
Mhm.
I was just
Or an
going on
Italian
a
cop will scream at you.
I was
That'll
going on a
happen too.
walk and these ladies, like, spit on me. I was like, "Okay, sorry. I thought I was cool here. Guess
No,
not. I'll go
maybe you just have very spittable
I'll
shoulders. I
go
don't
put
know.
on my yeah, I'll go put on more layers in 90-degree weather." But, I'm very mindful and respectful about things like that. Yeah, if I were to go to Auschwitz, I would wanna make sure I wasn't wearing something super, like, colorful or something like that. I would wanna
Mhm.
dress somber for the occasion. I completely understand that. But to put it as like a point on an itinerary with other outfits and have the caption say, "Is somebody gonna match my freak?" is like
I you know
you could have cropped it out. You could have not included it. You could have
No.
included all the other days on your itinerary. There's so many things you could have done to still have it be something that you planned for your trip and didn't
Uh-huh.
share with the world. And I think she's got, like, I don't know, 1,000,000 followers or something like that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, hello, like,
I
that's
really think
just
the
so
caption
thoughtless.
is the special sauce though, right?
Well,
Because
that's, that song's going around.
but what, it's like, match your freak, you're just, like, posting clothes. You're not, like,
Mhm.
showing your butthole on Instagram. Like, it's what are you doing?
Showing your
And then
butthole.
but, like, "Oh, who's gonna match my freak?" And it's like, so you posted this, and then that's the caption for the very specific thing that shows that you're in Auschwitz. Like, ah, because the other thing is, like, you could almost mentally, like, be like, "Oh, it was a gaffe, it was a mistake," because she was just posting everything and she didn't think about this. But the fact that she had to stop for that, like, slide in the Instagram story and be like, "Caption, who's gonna match my freak?" Like, come on.
Yeah,
What are you
and
fucking
there's
doing?
not and it's like, obviously, the app that she was using is not, like, the best laid out either,
No.
because it's like you can only see a couple outfits each time, and it's
Mhm.
also, like, kinda the kicky pose that the person has in the story,
Yeah,
like,
it's a lot. Like, you say
it's
it and you go, "Oh, that's not good," and then you see it and you go, "Oh, I can see
it's
why
like
this got attention."
yeah, it's kinda like, it's like that Clueless, computer thing, you know what I'm talking
Mhm.
about at the beginning of Clueless where Cher's got, like, her closet and she, like, picks things to put
Yeah.
together. That's what it feels like, you know?
Good reference, by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
you.
I watch that movie a lot.
Good one.
A lot, a lot. But yeah, it's just kind of like it's kinda like that, and you're just like, that's not yeah, that's yeah, and someone also said, like, some of the comments were like, Um, she's gonna be taking aesthetic photos. Is that why she needed to pick out an outfit? It's like I would just pack a black dress or like black clothing and
Yeah.
not put it on my planner.
No, don't do that.
I w
Don't don't
or I
don't
would
post
title
Auschwitz
it
photos.
differently, like, I would just say, um, I don't know. I don't think I would even do that privately.
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah. It's a weird one.
Um,
Not good, not
and
good.
also it's not yeah, and someone said it's more like brunch because it's like if it was like a black dress with sleeves and it was long, I would kind of dress the same way I would dress for like a cathedral, I
Mhm.
guess, yeah. I mean, not in color, but in style,
Yeah,
like, I would
yeah.
kinda cover myself and go kinda long and stuff and dress conservatively and so that no one would confuse it for, like, a fun day out or something like that, you know? Like, it's
No.
just someone called it spiritually bankrupt. I think that's a really good, way of
Yeah.
describing it, and that
Mm-mm.
it looked like she was dressing for brunch. Okay, she has 114,000 followers, she ain't that big, but
Not a million,
yeah.
Nothing to
Um,
sniff at, though.
but apparently and of course she's going there because of Chris, because he's,
Mhm.
Polish American, first generation Polish American.
I
So
love that.
also, shouldn't Chris be saying something?
You would
You
think,
know what I
you
mean?
know?
Like, he should also be like, "Hey, maybe, like, don't do that."
And who knows, maybe he did or 'cause I mean, I don't know, it's not like she, vets everything through him before she posts, I'm sure, but, um, yeah, I don't know, or at least would have more just general awareness of things.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of mind-blowing. I shouldn't say it's mind-blowing because as soon as you told me
Yeah.
that, I was like, "What?" But then I'm like, "Oh, of course she did
That
that." Like,
tracks, yeah.
that tracks,
For
yeah. It's
Anna?
like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry, it's
mean
a day that ends in Y, and a former contestant on a reality show did something profoundly stupid? Sure, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't really think she thinks things through. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no.
obviously, she like decided to like spread weird rumors without thinking about how like they wouldn't go anywhere. They wouldn't get any traction. So,
Yeah.
anyway, that's the biggest news, I guess. There's still more
Mhm.
residual stuff about oh my god, why did I blank on his name? Which is so funny. Nick Vile and his wife, but I
Ooh,
don't know about that stuff fully. You know what I'm talking about? Like the affair stuff?
no. I like the wait, is he cheating on her or is she cheating on him?
No,
Allegedly.
I think she allegedly was cheating on him with
Oh.
like a shoe surgeon?
I'm sorry, a what surgeon?
A shoe surgeon?
A shoe,
Shoe?
like a shoe on my foot.
Like it's some guy that like
Is that like a cobbler, but, like,
I think it's
fancy?
kind of like a Pimp My Ride but for shoes.
Okay,
I
so
don't
this
know.
is this like
I
when,
think it's
like,
like an extreme
Uber
home
was like,
makeover but for
"We've
shoes.
reinvented the taxi." It's like, "No, it's just taxi, but shitty," and this is like cobbler, but shitty.
I don't
Extreme
really
home makeover for shoes.
we heard
What
you
the
like this
fuck?
and then we made it like really extreme. No, I don't know. Okay. So okay. So
This is worse because, like, I feel like if, like, my wife was having an affair and she was having an affair with, like, a brain surgeon at a children's hospital, I'd be like,
mhm.
"I'm mad, but I get it."
Okay, so it's custom footwear. So
No, a
this
shoe sur someone who says with a serious face, "I'm a shoe surgeon," I'd
well
be like,
get this,
"No."
you won't believe the URL he has.
I
If
would
this is the same
oh,
guy. This
give it
is
to me.
unbelievable. I'm honestly impressed. Okay, let me make sure this is the right guy. I think so. Yeah. Cuz who else would call themselves a shoe surgeon?
No one has ever
Okay.
called
His
themself that with a
URL,
serious
this is
face.
impressive. I'm giving him credit for this. His URL is thesurgeon.com. Good job. Good job.
Wow.
Good job. That's amazing. I don't know how much you paid for that. You paid a lot
He
because I
played a
don't think
lot,
you've had
yeah.
it for a super long time. Um, so he makes custom shoes.
Mm,
So he does like custom Nikes and stuff like that. He's got one called Send Her Flowers, uh,
mhm.
$5,000. So he's obviously big in like sneakerhead world. I am not a
Yeah,
sneakerhead.
neither am I.
I do think these shoes are cool. I just in no universe would ever pay. I just paid like $600 for 4 pairs of shoes, and I was like, that was a lot.
Well, if you wanna know more
So
about being a surgeon, you can go to the Shoe Surgeon Academy, where you
shut up.
yeah, he'll teach you how to do it
Wow. I
for a lot
mean,
of
good for
money.
him. He's obviously really successful, probably. I mean, and
I
he's
just
out
can't
in LA.
imagine.
He's
Can you imagine?
probably good.
Someone says, "Honey, I'm sorry I've been cheating on you with a shoe
What, you
surgeon."
can't even say it. It's a
I can't
tongue
even say
twister.
it. Ah,
A shoe surgeon.
the Invisalign's getting in the way, I can't.
Like a shoe surgeon.
A shoe
Now,
surgeon.
okay, now here's a point against him is that I just went on to
Just one.
well, probably a lot, but I'm on the about page and
Mhm.
Surgeon Studios, SRGN Studios, um, uh, goes to a 404. Not even
Mm.
a 404, like, you don't have this domain anymore page, which
Oh,
I think is a
bummer.
little bad. So,
Yeah, probably
I'm
not
gonna give
great.
him some negative points for that. But yeah, so anyway, so this guy's a shoe surgeon,
Yeah.
and yeah, he can teach other people to do it. Now I do think it's cool. I would learn how to make my own shoes maybe one day if I'm really bored.
You
But I
gotta
don't
bring your own shoe, though.
I would
BYO
just
shoe, and
I would
it's
just
200 bucks.
rather yeah, but there's like shoemaker startup like the yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I do think the art of making shoes is kind of could be a dying lost art if you don't.
Uh-huh.
And fast fashion is a disease. And so I do think that's cool. Although, I mean, really, it's just Nikes.
Yeah.
So
They're just Nike Dunks that are
yeah, so it's just like one type of shoe. So I like kind of think that's like not as cool. But anyway, so okay, so I'm going to read from this Cosmopolitan article called Nick Vile addresses insane Reddit posts, his word, not mine,
okay.
amid Natalie Joy cheating rumors. So this is a rumor.
Mhm. But we love some juicy goss.
So, Bachelor Nation alum Nick Vile just subtly addressed the rumors on Reddit about his relationship amid unsubstantiated claims that his wife Natalie Joy cheated on him. Said rumors have been circulating on Reddit for a few weeks, but went mainstream thanks to Harry Jousey, who kind of went off on Nick in his Instagram comments after writing, 50-year-old man gossiping about people in their 20s dating. He should be more focused on his wife cheating on him and repairing that than worrying about me. So apparently,
Mm.
Harry, and I don't know who that is either. Am I out of touch? Yes. No, it's the children who are out of touch. Who's
It's
Harry
not
Jousey?
me.
He's
That's a
an
made-up person.
actor. He's
What
an
was he on?
actor. I have stuff with Jamie Lynn Spears.
Okay, this is no one knows no.
He also dated someone from Too Hot to Handle and Perfect Match, Georgia Hasarati. I haven't watched those shows. I'm going to be really honest. So anyway,
Mm.
so he's 27. Apparently Nick was talking smack about him on his podcast. And so he came out, he goes, he can't keep my dick out of his mouth. 50-year-old man gossiping about people in their 20s. And then, Nick's like, first of all, I'm 43. I don't
First
know
of
if he's
all, I'm
I don't
old,
know
but
if he
not
said that.
but slightly younger than you think.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if he said that. Cosmopolitan said that. But he said, I don't go on. I disconnect. He said, there are insane threads about him. He said, I'm really good at protecting my mental health and the mental health of my family. And I mean it when I say it. Like, I've always liked to work. I've enjoyed work. Like, the more I build the show, the less famous I want to be. I mean that. I don't know. I believe that, Nick. Um, he said, it is what it is. When trolls are speculating about his relationship, he said, you can never have thick enough skin to handle whatever rumors are about you. I'm aware of a ton of rumors about me, and I know that I'm unaware of 90% more because I don't fucking read it. So, I don't know. I don't feel like he said one way or another.
Mm.
So, I don't know. We'll see. But apparently the rumor was that she was like hanging out with this shoe surgeon.
Oh my god.
But I don't know.
Well, I want it to be
Yeah.
true in my heart just because it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's a really weird rumor. Anyway, so every once in a while I'll see something about that. Um, but yeah, it could just be
Could be
yeah.
total BS, but I think it falls into the category of so profoundly dumb, it must be true, right? Like,
Yeah, it could be.
it's so
Yeah.
silly. If it was anything else, shoe surgeon though, it's true.
Yeah, it's just it is like so oddly specific that I think it
Yeah.
could have legs, but who knows?
Also, it's like maybe she just wanted a pair of custom shoes from this guy, and they got coffee, and he got her designed for her custom dunks, and I don't know, what's his name? Mr. Jowley or whatever. Mr. Born in
Dominic?
Dominic. Yeah, what's his last name?
Oh, I forgot. I missed
I
it now.
forgot. Dominic Jowley. That's what we're gonna call him.
Sure.
Mr. Born in 1997, hanging out with Jamie Lynn Spears was just like, yeah,
Oh, no, no, no.
uh,
Harry Jousey. I
Harry
thought you were talking
Jousey.
I thought you were talking about the shoe surgeon.
Oh, shoe surgeon.
So,
No, he's
the
just
shoe
shoe
surgeon.
surgeon. Shoe
Shoe
surgeon.
surgeon. I
I
can't
can't. I still
say
can't
that.
say it.
It's
It's
so
impossible.
hard to
It's
say.
so hard. It's
Um,
this is the problem with podcasting that people don't talk about. Sometimes you got
yeah,
to say shoe surgeon.
shoe surgeon.
Shoe surgeon.
Um, anyway, so yeah, there was okay, and I haven't heard a lot more about the Trista and Ryan thing since we talked about it last.
Mhm.
How she just like disappeared and then came back.
It happens.
Um, but they're still together, and I don't think we know yet, but I'm guessing I feel like it's a former Bachelorette special show thing
Mm,
that's being done.
okay.
Or maybe they came on to Jen's season and then also did something else. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to
Hard to
say.
say.
But that's all I know. She breaks her silence. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, let me read you Trista's caption. This was on May 25th. She goes, "Geez, people, can't a girl have a nervous breakdown, trial, separation, midlife crisis, death, divorce, and peace around here? In all seriousness, for those concerned, I'm safe and sound, happy and healthy, in love and grateful. For those who'd rather focus on being critical and searching way too hard for darkness, good luck with that. Upside down, smiley face. An opportunity for perspective and personal growth presented itself, and with the unconditional support of my family and friends, I chose myself and betterment, knowing that my stay at home mom job and my kids' end of school year needs were in the best, most capable hands. My stoic husband, who usually chooses privacy over posting, decided to share his love for me in messages that would find me in my travels. We look at Instagram like a digital diary. Most of the time, the world doesn't pay too much attention. This time, he couldn't say anything right, and just about every news outlet picked up on his cryptic, confusing, attention seeking, dramatic pictures and captions. To me, they gave
Mm,
me exactly what my words of affirmation love language needed to get me through some serious self doubt and fear, and that's all that matters. He doesn't owe anyone any explanation or require permission to post what he wants to post and share what he wants to share. If you want to know the rest of the story, I will share in due time. For now, it's back to our regular scheduled programming from a beach in Mexico. After all, nervous breakdowns and separations require much needed rest and relaxation.
sure.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting. So we'll find out more about that later, but there was no like new news about it.
Mhm.
Any Bachelor Nation goss you know about?
No goss from me. I'll go
Okay.
goss digging for next week. Maybe I'll come up with something good.
Okay,
Or just make something up.
I'll try to watch that Sam podcast thingy on YouTube, but like no promises if the host is insufferable, but maybe that'll make me like Sam more.
Yeah.
He's got to deal with this guy
Maybe I'll
who's like,
just
I hope he's Christian someday.
I should just anonymously post inflammatory statements on Reddit and then just say that they're gossip that I heard about.
I think that's a bad idea. I'm gonna
What's a little
say,
slander and libel between
yeah,
friends?
no, it's a victimless crime. You
No,
wouldn't,
I'm no millennial. I
you
don't
wouldn't trash
Reddit.
talk a DVD.
It's
I'm glad you
true.
understood the reference. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of a deep cut. I don't know, but we're both millennials,
That's like
so we know
one of
that.
my favorite commercials of all time,
You
actually.
wouldn't
Like,
steal a car.
you wouldn't steal a car, would you? Because yeah, I would if I got away with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I
Why
knew
do
no
people
one,
steal like
if I could do
music
it
and
from the comfort
movies?
of my home, no, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
like
if I would.
what
But
if I could just double click on something and get a car and it would hurt no one materially?
yeah,
Amazing.
I mean,
Yeah. Sign me
everyone,
up.
anyone, any legal anything listening, we're not actually going to do that. We're not actually going to do that.
No.
But
But if you know a way to
you
steal
wouldn't
cars through the
steal
internet,
a car.
would you?
And it's like that weird, like, gritty font,
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's good.
it's like, oh yeah, you've really dubbed this time. Sitting. I just remember like 13, LimeWire. My parents are watching something downstairs, and I'm upstairs trying to get, the whole Strokes album downloaded. And
Mhm.
it's taking 15 minutes per song. And I
Mm.
don't download New York City Cops because they say the F word. And if my parents hear it, I don't want them to tell me I can't listen to it. So I had every song except for New York City Cops. And then, of course, I bought the album later because I'm
We're all getting early 2000s whiplash from
a
this. This
good
is
music
good.
fan. I went to the exclusive company and picked it up just like everybody else.
Oh, God.
All right. Anyway, well, so by next week, we'll hopefully know more people's names and have more opinions, and I will try to do some more digging. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm liking what I see so far. I actually think the group of men is pretty good. I mean, all you need is one for husband material, you
That's
know?
it.
So if
Yeah,
you've got, I think she's probably got like 3 or 4 really strong contenders. So that's all she really needs at the end of the day. And
that's
the
it.
other ones seem pretty fun, and there'll be some good drama, I think. And but just mark my words. I think South Carolina Sam is going to become a problem.
Time will
That's
tell.
my prediction. But until then, everybody, take care of yourselves and others. Is there a holiday coming up? I'm just like, don't know. I don't think so. Um, Beat the heat. If you're in the Milwaukee area, I'm sorry. My condolences. This is going to be a
Yeah,
terrible week.
I'm gonna hide in my
Don't leave your
basement.
house.
Mm,
Awful, awful. In that terrible, was it Terrible City? Is that what they called
terrible,
it?
yeah, they call
Terrible
it a
City.
terrible city.
Yeah, in that terrible city.
It's pretty
Good
good.
luck. Godspeed. And yeah, and take care, everybody.
I don't do needle drugs! Unless you're like Lindsey Graham, then I don't really give a shit what you do. Where's our
Um,
song? Where's our song?
you can't hear it?
No, it's not
Oh,
playing in
it's
my
playing.
ears. Oh, this is great too. So now I just look like a psychopath. The song's playing. I'm like, where's the song?